And we're live.
Welcome back to my favorite show of the week, Winning Together with April B. Merritt. You like the way I hit that B because Smith makes sure he's got the April B. Merritt.
Yep.
How you been?
I'm good.
So tell me, first of all, let me say thank you for sponsoring the show.
You're welcome.
You know, April B. Merritt at Century 21. She's slinging houses left and right, constantly calling me with the latest and greatest inventory, which inventory is tough in the house. The real estate inventory, is it still pretty tough?
Yes.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get a listing, it doesn't last long, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So thank you for sponsoring the show. You were just up at Century 21.
I was.
And you called me, you sent me some nice pieces of real estate to look at. Do you have some nice real estate for us to talk about today? I'm sure we're maybe jumping ahead in the show.
You're definitely jumping ahead.
Okay.
But yeah. It's getting more tough to have a house of the week because they don't last long enough for me to put them up here.
They don't last the entire week, do they? That's awesome. That's awesome. It's a great time to be in the real estate business. Great time to be selling homes as well. Winning together. What's topic 1 today?
Well, Paul says, what are some activities that you do and would recommend to couples to do together to keep your relationship fresh? Sorry about that.
I think that's kind of that's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't think that's what they're talking about. But.
So some activities that you should do together as couples to keep what?
To keep your relationship
I think
fresh.
that's specific to each couple, in my opinion. Like, you got to find something that you enjoy doing together. But
I think we have some good answers though.
yeah, I mean, okay, go ahead.
You know, a lot of people work together.
Yeah, not a good idea.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Not for us.
No, it's definitely not for us. And I think across the board, if you're working with your spouse, you know, you're kind of adding stress to something that doesn't need to be stressful.
Well, it's just hard to turn that off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you had a really, really tough day and you're trying to work through it together, I mean, when you get home, you're kind of still jacked up about that, and it's hard to get over.
So, tip number 1.
Don't work together.
Don't work together.
I mean, maybe it works for you. It just doesn't work for us.
Now, we worked together before and we made it work, but it's not ideal. I just don't think it's ideal.
No, not closely. Like, I could probably come up here and do a few things and leave.
Sure.
But it's not something that I need to do every day, all day.
There's no doubt you could do everything that I do. You could do everything that anybody up here does as well as or better than they do it. I mean, we've got some stars and there's certain things that we all have our, strengths, but you fit right in and be able to do that. But it's a great idea. And that's really not answering his question. That's what not to do.
Well, I mean, we can get back to the other, but
okay. But tip number 1, don't work together. That's our advice anyway. So let me read it to you again and then get your, what are some activities that you do and will recommend to couples to do to keep your relationship fresh?
Well, I mean, I guess activities, I don't know if this counts or whatever, but we try really hard to do something just together every week.
Yes.
And that's hard when we have so much going on. We try very, very hard to have a dinner or get in the hot tub or whatever that may be. We try to have at least one night, and we are getting to have a few more now that they're older, but to devote one night to at least just don't talk about the other stuff and do something fun.
Have a date night.
Yes.
Just the two of you.
Yes.
Totally agree. 100%. 100% agree. Now, I'm going to do number 3 right here.
Okay.
Travel.
Yes.
You need to travel together. You need to travel. You need to see things besides your hometown.
Yes.
You need to see, and I would say, you tell me if I'm wrong, I'm more adventurous, but every trip is to some degree an adventure.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah.
What do you disagree about? What are you hesitant
I
about?
feel like I'm pretty adventurous.
Do you want to go rock climbing?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
All right. See there?
I would jump out of an airplane. I would bungee jump. I mean, we don't do those things, but
You're quite.
I ride roller coasters and you don't.
Okay. So do adventures together then.
Yeah, and I do think that traveling lets you relax and not have as much stress as you have in your day to day. I mean, I don't feel like we have a real stressful life, but I mean, we have days where they are. But when we're out of town, it seems to be a little better, unless I get a call that
Good morning.
me up.
Good morning, Chance.
So
Well, and that's going back to tip number one. Not working together, is definitely the best for us because I am 24/7. I was on the phone until I walked right in here and I turned my phone over because I'm talking to a dealer, about doing an event. Your phone rings all the time, people about real estate, and it's just you still got to do that when you travel.
Yeah,
you got to answer the phone, you got to handle your business, but at least it's compartmentalized, separate. So anyway, I think that's a good 3 good tips right there. Don't work together, have a date night, and travel.
Yeah.
How's that, Paul Sullivan?
we do all those things.
We do all those things. Yep. And now, I may get to talk about this later. So I'll go ahead and talk about it now. Do I get a choice topic later?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right, let's go.
And it's not yet.
Okay, take care of the show. Go back, Smith.
The home of the week was next on the schedule. So
Okay.
We have one. Honestly, I'm just being real. I try to put things up here that Century 21 has listed. We do have other things listed, but they're under contract, and it's just I don't like to put those things up here. So this one's not quite as beautiful and everything, but it is a income producing property. So those are very important too. It's on 11 East Ward Street. It is only $79,000 right now. It is split into 2 separate duplexes, I guess you would say. So you get 2 monthly streams of income for $79,000. It's 2,782 square feet. It's on 0.74 acres on Ward Street. Everybody knows that's a great location. So it is for sale. It does need a little work, needs a little fixing up, but to me, that $79,000, it's a good rental investment.
You got the swine flu over there, Smith?
No, I've been taking medicine though. It was a lot worse.
You got the corona?
No, God, I hope not. I think it's just a cold, just stuffy in the throat.
So $79,000.
$79,000
for a duplex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be, but
no.
It is right now.
I like this type of real estate right here. Okay. Not for me personally, but as far as making it make sense, this is probably the smartest investment you can make. We bought single family home. We rent out a single family, things like that. But 2 doors means 2 rents. How much can you charge for rent in that area right there?
I do not know the answer to that. I don't know what he's getting for that, but I wouldn't say it's less than $500 a month. I wouldn't say. I mean, that is pure speculation on my part. I have not asked what the rent is, but I would think that would be very close to that.
That's better than a speculation. Like they have that Zestimate on Zillow. Mm-hmm. This is.
Go ahead. What is this?
the Bestimate.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's $1,000 a month.
I mean, something
simply. I'm probably more. I mean,
I don't think it's more because you got 2 bedroom, 1 bath. You're not not gonna be real high.
Somebody check in for the swine flu, please.
I know it sounds so coarse, but it's just because my throat is so rough after days and days of that coughing.
Days and days of coughing. Okay, so $1,000 a month. You said this thing is $79,000.
$79,000.
Surely you could 10,000 down would get you financed. I would think, right? Yeah. So sure. $69,000.
You're going to be about, on commercial, we found out you're going to be about 4.5% though. Okay. You don't get the same as single family, which this actually could be, it can be single family. I'm sorry.
15 years?
Yeah, it can be commercial or single family.
Okay,
so actually an office building too.
All right. 69,000. I need a different payment calculator. Or either I need my glasses. I'm
pretty sure you're putting in a car calculator.
Give me a bestimate on what the $69,000 would be for the payment.
I mean, I'd say 500. So I mean, I don't know that either, but
you could get it for 600 easily.
Yeah.
So a $400 safe estimate, positive cash flow monthly if you are any type of real estate investor looking for cash flow, that's the first no-brainer I've seen in a long time. Because
you got property taxes and insurance and stuff in that too, but
but
you know,
I do, but property tax
still,
on that house is not going to be very much. That's the benefit of Douglas, Georgia right now. Property tax is very low, especially on that house. It's probably got it valued at $50,000 or
that's
something.
probably very low.
So anyway, that's a no-brainer for the home of the week, guys. I would definitely, if I wanted to be a landlord, that's definitely a purchase right there.
Another one.
Yep. We have an amazing tenant. We got an amazing tenant again. He's really good. He calls me and pays early.
Yeah.
Keeps grass cut.
Yeah, I'm missing my
because the last tenant paid you.
Mm-hmm, sure did. I'm upset about that.
I bet you are.
I mean, I got Ziggy's number though. So
I really appreciate our new tenant paying me.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that at all. So
what's next on the list there, Smith? Change the topic.
What are a few benefits of owning rather than renting? On the flip side, what should a renter take in consideration before purchasing a home?
I just answered that. But first of all, benefits of owning, obviously it's an investment for you. You do get some tax deductions if you have a mortgage. You can make changes to the house, upgrade the house to make it more like you without losing anything. When you're renting, you really don't want to do that. Even though we did some of that because I couldn't live with it. But those are the benefits. The other things you have to think about is if you're renting, you can call that landlord and say, my air condition just broke, my roof's leaking, the doorknob broke. I don't do that, but you can say all those things. Sometimes they cut your grass for you. I've never had anybody do that when I rented. But when you rent versus own, when you own that thing, everything is up to you. You don't have anybody to call. So to me, that's the difference. The biggest things to consider is when you rent, you have a rent payment. When you own it, you have all the upkeep payments, everything that goes along with it.
Yep. So I would say a perfect time to rent is before you have a really big down payment, and when you can still rent. A lot of times you can rent and get a nicer home or a smaller payment than if you were buying. So yeah. I think we agree on our advice would be rent, keep your expenses low until you can more than make that down payment and take on that bigger payment and the bigger expenses that come along with owning.
And so many people end up in foreclosure because they can afford the payments. Mm-hmm. That's not the insurance. That's not the property taxes. That's just the payment. I mean, sometimes it's all bulked together, but you don't need to buy a house that you can barely afford. That's my advice.
I think that's great advice. I think you rent when you can afford a good bit more.
And we rented for a very long time. Mm-hmm. I mean, so
and we rented nice homes.
Yes.
And we didn't have to pay for the air conditioning. We did make upgrades because you being a designer, you wanted them really nice. And I don't regret doing that. But sometimes landlords don't necessarily like you.
Right. And sometimes they won't let you.
Right.
I mean, you don't have that choice, but, so definitely pros and cons.
Now I will say this, there's some rumors out there saying you shouldn't buy a home. That's ridiculous. That you shouldn't own a home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people a lot of gurus like to give advice not to buy single family homes and live in them. Take all your money and put in those duplexes and 4 doors and 8 doors and things like that. But that's just silly. You got to live somewhere. Why not build equity where you're living?
Yeah.
Right?
And sometimes they don't follow their own advice.
No, sometimes then they start a real estate agency after that and sell single family homes. So anyway, moving right along, Smith, what's next?
Billy's choice topic.
Oh yeah. All right. You're my choice topic.
Oh, okay.
You really are one of the most determined people that I know. I mean, you get something, you're hard-headed in a good way, okay? And I think our entire family suffers
we got some hard-headedness.
We do have, but that's a good thing. Hard-headedness is very good. Stubborn, all that's very good. Okay, when you get something on your mind, you have a high commitment level, which is wonderful. All right, you committed to working out with a trainer here in town. I mean, how many months in a row have you been working out now regularly?
We're already in May. Gosh, so 15 months.
15 months. So going on a year and a half, consistently working out. By the way, this choice topic could be fitness. It can be, let's call it fitness. All right. This is my choice topic. The most important thing is consistency. You do some tough stuff up there, a lot of cardio, a lot of movement, a lot of jumping around. I don't care if you're walking, running, lifting weights, boxing, yoga. The key is consistency. Okay. And you have a great trainer, but you decided you want to take it to the next level. I do a little bit different. I do more strength training and things like that. Mm-hmm. So now you've committed to strength training with me 3 days a week. Mm-hmm. So you're actually working out 5 days a week and twice on Monday. So you're getting 6 workouts a week. That you can't not do that without getting results. I used a double negative there.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, here's my advice when we're talking about fitness right now. Make sure you are doing strength training to some degree, something that you can measure, something that you can increase. Because I want to go ahead and talk about it. You've been how long you been in the garage with me?
Only 2 weeks. So, 2 weeks. I mean, you can't. You're giving me a little more props than maybe I need. I've only made it 2 weeks.
That's okay, because this is what I mean by measurable. Though we created a baseline last week on some deadlifts and some cleans, mm-hmm. some things like that. And you're already making incremental increases, which is very important. So do something that's going to increase your strength, something that's measurable, and then make incremental increases. But you had 2 PRs today. That's personal records. So you're already advancing in the garage.
Yeah.
Now,
compared to our rest of our family, though, I got a long way to go. So,
well, we do have a fit family, and we have some strong kids in our family.
I'm not sure they can hang with me on my other 3 days I've been doing for 15 months, but no, I'm pretty sure I got you on that.
Okay.
But
you got me.
But anyway, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the. No, okay, maybe not a few of them, but
we got some fit kids.
Yeah.
All right, so there's my topic. Get strong. What's next, Miss Smith?
And it's not fun. You got to do it. I was not wanting to get up. I had a meeting and I had to get up early this morning and start, and that's not my thing. But
you did it anyway.
Through.
You did it anyway. He said, she said. This is going to get good right here. Let me read these topics. He said, she said. Let's go.
Which of these describes your spouse better on a Sunday and why?
I want to define myself on a Sunday. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Workout, layout, cookout, or pass out.
All right. I'm going to describe you. This is simple.
Okay.
Layout.
Yeah.
That's you. That's what you want to do on a Sunday.
That's the truth. Because I committed to Monday through Friday, six times. And I said, do not ask me on Saturday and Sunday to go in the garage. Do not ask me to run. Do not ask me to ride the assault bike, because I'm not doing it.
Right. But that's, like I said, you're my choice topic. Your commitment level is so strong. Monday through Friday, you got it done.
And I cut out carbs Monday through Friday. And that is so hard for me. But so far, other than one day at a baseball game that they had nothing for me to eat and I had no choice, I ate them, but I have some, but not
very few.
I haven't had potatoes, potato chips, rice, or anything else in 2 weeks. Not one bite. So anyway.
Now I also had to go back, and it says cook out, but you cook in. You love to cook on Sunday lunch.
I do.
And you're
I do wake up on Sunday morning, and I very much that's what people call your love language, I guess. I very much enjoy cooking everything I can think of for my family on Sunday. I do. You
cook in and then lay out.
I do that. When my lunch is over and the kitchen is clean, I absolutely do go and do not much else. And if it's raining, I lay up in my bed and watch movies. I do that on Sunday afternoon. I do.
All right. And this
So
your spouse?
on Sunday, I would say that you probably still work out a little bit. I don't know how much you do, but maybe a little bit.
Check.
And sometimes
Cook out.
pass out is an option.
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Because I'm so tired.
But anyway, we pretty much have the same. I cook Sunday lunch, and most of the time, Sunday evening, you grill us something.
So
that's
cookout.
usually what we do. And you like to be outside by the pool about as much as I do. So
Workout.
pretty much Sunday, except workout for me. I do. That's the only day I'll even possibly take a nap too. I'm not a nap taker. I'm just not. I don't feel good after a nap. But
So do all the outs on Sunday.
Yeah.
Workout, cook out, lay out, pass out.
And my trainer, one of my trainers is watching. Hey, Anthony.
Cool. Hey, Anthony, I just gave you some props. Anybody that wants to train and needs a great trainer in the Douglas area, just send that guy right there a message. I think he has classes that start every 6 weeks.
Yes, every 6 weeks. We're in the second week, but hey, you can probably join. There's a few people that probably didn't follow through on their commitment already because it is hard.
Hey.
But you can go at 4, 5, 6:30, and 7:30, I think. But I go at 4. Just works better for me. Honestly, changed my life.
And
Definitely changed my life.
Speaking of we talked about commitment. Now, Anthony he came on my show years ago when I had a show at a dealership. He and Stan Hughes got on my show, and he was making an impact on young people then. And he made a commitment to get his personal training certificate and everything. He's certified. He's more than qualified.
Yeah. He actually still does personal training on Wednesdays and Fridays. We have class Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. You can hire him Wednesday, Thursday for personal training. If you don't like the class atmosphere, that keeps me going. I like to see all my people around me and them saying, you can do it. And I like the competition. That keeps me in that plank for 30 to 60 seconds that we have to do. I don't want to be the first one to quit. And sometimes I have to, but I am a competitor and I want to finish first. I want to ball slam first. That's just the way I am. But you do it at your own pace.
One of my rules is never take advice from somebody who hasn't done what you're trying to do. Anthony's a very fit guy. Yeah. So there you go. Anthony, you guys look him up, send him a friend request, and join a class because consistency. That guy's consistent and persistent. So next,
pick just one: ice water, iced tea, or iced coffee.
I mean, if you can only have one, I got to go with the ice water.
Yeah. Well, I stopped, 4 years ago.
Sweet tea.
Drinking sweet tea. Was addicted like nobody else. So don't come at me with, I like it too much and I could never do that or whatever. I made 2 gallons a day at our house. No joke. Everybody at our house was addicted to it. I decided about 4 years ago, I guess, that I was going to cut that out. And I have I don't even remember the last time I had a sweet tea. I'll have a half and half or an unsweet tea every once in a while, but I don't remember the last time. I think the last time I had a sweet tea, I know exactly when it was. I passed my real estate test and I went and got me a big cheeseburger because I passed my real estate test and got unsweet tea and they gave me sweet and I drank it. And so that's been several months ago. That's the last time I've had it.
So you've been about 4 years without sweet tea to any large degree. And you loved it as good as anybody. You certainly did. And you quit doing it. Now I notice sometimes they'll make a mistake. You get sweet tea. It's almost undrinkable. Isn't it?
I really can't. I honestly can barely do it. I did it that day because I was driving home and there was nothing else for me to drink, but it's way too much. Way too much.
What's next, Smith?
Which one of you is more of a planner?
Oh my word. That is so not true.
What?
Mr.
I got plans.
Norris is the Christmas Eve right before they close. Every year at Christmas, is it your birthday tomorrow? Yes, it is. The same it's been. Is it our anniversary? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Colin, book something then. You are not a planner. I am by far the planner.
Well, I got big plans.
I know what's going on with most people in our house all the time, and I'm trying to work everything out.
April's the planner. Suzanne
I am
Ray.
Definitely the planner. Now, I win that hands down.
I got big plans.
I don't know what they are, but you hadn't told anybody else, but okay.
All right. Moving right along, Smith.
See, if he doesn't win it, we don't want to talk about it. It's crazy.
Who spends more time in the pool?
In the pool?
Yes.
In the pool.
Mm-hmm. In the wintertime, who's
So according to when it is, because now he's so far this year, he wins hands down because I don't get in cold water. I absolutely love a swimming pool. I love to be on a float in the middle of the pool for hours and hours and hours and hours. But if it's cold, no.
I like to get in the middle of winter. I've talked you into it a couple times.
A couple, but not many. Only because you would not hush.
All right. So I'm persistent when I'm.
But now I haven't done it. I did it. Okay. Last year when we moved in our house, you taught me into it because it's our pool. First time you got to jump in. So I did. But now cold water and me do not mix.
Cold water is so good for you.
No, sorry.
It feels so good when you get out. So I spend more time in the pool during the wintertime.
I definitely do in the summertime. Yep. If you want to, on Saturday and Sunday, if I don't have a ball game or a child doing something, you can rest assured I'm going to be by my pool if it's not raining.
They call her floating around April Brown.
I do. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Curiosity, do you guys ever go for the cold showers or ice baths?
I do.
You do?
I took a fairly cold shower this morning because I was so hot after my garage workout. But otherwise, which now I don't take a steaming hot shower ever though. I mean, I don't. Right. I don't like steaming hot water, and I don't like freezing cold water. I'm in the middle. So.
Got it. All right, last one of the day. Describe your spouse as a kitchen utensil and why.
Bring it.
Okay. I see the question, so I had a little more time to prepare because Paul knows I have to see him. But I'm going to say that you are a whisk or a mixer. I never know. Everything's always mixing up, and I never know what to expect. Never. Which is sometimes good, sometimes bad.
It's always exciting.
Yes. I never know what's coming at me. And I've learned to deal with it better.
Yeah, you do great.
I mean, but go with the flow is not in my personality. I am the planner. I like things a certain way. I like them to stay a certain way. And you mix all that up.
So I'm like a blender.
Yeah. Well, blender, mixer, whisk, whatever.
Yeah.
A whisk is actually the utensil. The other ones are appliances, but
utensil wise, you would be a Ginsu knife.
Oh gosh. What is that?
You don't know what a Ginsu knife is?
Yes. What does that mean?
Because you can just slice through anything. Yeah. Like a aluminum can.
All right.
And you stay sharp.
Okay.
You be slicing and dicing and you stay sharp.
All right.
Yep. That's a silly question, Paul, but anyway, that's what.
All right. Up next is Billy's recommended reading.
So, last week I talked about
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist. And I went back and I read a little bit of that this morning. There's such a great book. So I just want to mention last week's book again and highly suggest that you read that book. I mean, I think, you read it in a day. I think you should go back and read it again.
Okay.
Because there's so many truths to that book. It's just an amazing book. Alchemist is something that everybody needs to read. In that book, Santiago talks about, actually he meets the king, and the king tells him that he needs to find his personal legend. And Santiago didn't know what the personal legend was. He said, everybody knows what a personal legend is. It's that thing that you really, really, really want to do when you're a child. And that everybody is born with that, and it's placed there by the universe, by God. So you're born with your personal legend. It's your obligation to do that. When you give up on your dreams, you're giving up on something that was placed in you. Because, ask a child, what do you want to do? They have big plans, big ideas. And life takes it away from you. Society, bad information from your parents, bad information from your teachers, bad information from your friends, from society just takes that away from you, sucks the life out of your personal legend. So remember what your personal legend is, rediscover it, and go for it.
And don't let anybody tell you can't do it. I mean, I've told the story before, but a teacher told Trevor he couldn't do what he wanted to do, and I was furious. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So personal legend, need to find your personal legend. But for today's recommended reading, and I didn't bring it in here with me because I was on the phone closing a deal, is what's the idea virus? Unleashing the Idea Virus. Okay. By Seth Godin. Okay, Seth Godin, and I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. I think it's the Idea Virus, but it's how to unleash the idea virus, because there's ideas all around and there's so many opportunities all around, but getting those ideas articulated and started. Once they start, it grows and grows and grows. Yesterday, I had somebody give me a great idea. So I rushed up here, called an impromptu meeting, got on my team. They didn't know what it was about. They have to go with the flow too. But we started putting things out there, and I tell you a cool part of the story. It includes doing some ClickFunnels and some webinars. So we're gonna be implementing some of that with some new advertising strategies. And so I brought everybody in, definitely the young people, because they understand ClickFunnels and things like that. And Joey wasn't here yet. Okay. Now, I called, he came about 10, 20 minutes later. He walked in the door. He's never worn this shirt before in his life. Funnel Hacker was the shirt that he had on yesterday, which was the title of the meeting that we had. So that's two books in one. That's the Idea Virus, how to unleash it and how to get people bought into it. And that is also The Alchemist, which is when you want something really, really bad, the entire universe is working on your behalf. He walked in with the sign, with the omen, with the Funnel Hacker. So that's my recommended reading.
Maybe I'm reading a bit much into it, but it sounded like really seizing that moment of creativity was probably a big part of that.
Yeah. So, well, actually, you're not reading into it too much at all. Mm-hmm. I was on the phone with a very good friend of mine from Ohio who sparked that creativity. Actually, he called me all jacked up and passed it on to me. And I said, I gotcha. I understand what you're saying. I got to get my people, because here's the thing. We're all tuned into creativity. We all have our skills and our understanding. And when unleashing the Idea Virus, thank you. But when we can all get together and take the little pieces from each of us, it just makes so much more powerful. You can't do anything great alone. You have to have a great team.
Yeah, sure.
Can't do anything great alone. Can't do it. So that's my recommended reading.
Right.
Is that it?
Awesome. We got one more if y'all want to do the winning together's positive points.
Of course. Yeah. Here's the positive point. Don't work together as a couple. Make sure you have a date night. Make sure you travel together. Be adventurous. Be adventurous. Yeah. Adventure really helps. Physically, get strong and stop drinking sweet tea. Fair enough?
I like it.
Easy enough. Guys, if you appreciate the comments, thank you so much for watching. If you like it, share it, comment, tag a friend. We'll be back next Wednesday at 11. We're about to go to Atlanta.
I was about to say, we gotta do my
Go Trojans go.
My plug. 5:00 at Stars Mill High School. We need everybody cheering on these boys. They have worked so hard, and I have a senior. So I really, really, really want to win 2 games today and come home and watch him again next week. So everybody everybody send up some good wishes for us.
Vibes. See you guys next week on Winning Together with April B. Merritt.
If I can just quickly throw it in, because
Yes.
I don't think we've really went over it enough. Maybe we should more often. If you aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel, that is where the bulk of the clips are at right now. So if you want to see the clips, you know, where we were usually posting 3 and 4 a day and the like, they're on YouTube.
And
That's where you can find
there's a
them.
method to our madness, by the way.
Yes, of course.
Smith understands it.
Absolutely.
See you guys next
All
week.
right.